This is the review portion for the reading of the New Mexico Teacher Assessment of Basic Skills. Basic format of NMTA. 100 selected response questions, multiple choice. Selected response questions provide you with 4 answer choices. 5 areas are assessed. Understand the main idea and supporting details in written material. Identify a writer's purpose, point of view, and intended meaning. Analyze the relationship among ideas in written material. Use critical reasoning skills to evaluate material. Understand the meaning of words and phrases in context. Types of questions. Some questions ask you to pick out a specific fact or detail in the paragraph and to answer the questions using these facts and details. Some questions may ask you to identify the main theme or main idea of the paragraph. You will be given a series of multiple choice answers, and you must choose the one which best explains the main idea. A more difficult type of question is the inference question. This means that you will have to make a conclusion about some issue that is only related to the topic of the paragraph provided. You must use the information in the paragraph to help you form an opinion about some other related matter. Another common type of question is the vocabulary question, in which you are asked about the meaning of certain words. Strategy practice. Sample short passage. Airplanes are such a common form of travel that it's easy to forget just how recently they were invented. Today, even a person in the middle of nowhere would not be surprised to see a plane in the sky. But before the Wright brothers flew their plane at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina in 1903, most scientists thought flight by heavier-than-air machines would never be achieved. Never. In fact, the word airplane didn't come into common usage until after 1945. Think it through. Read the passage the first time to gather information. Notice and note important information. Don't make notes on information that can be taken right from the text. Notice how the passage is organized. Topic information, new vocabulary, synthesis of ideas or information. Paraphrase. In multiple paragraph passages, understand what each paragraph is about: tone, main idea, relation to the preceding paragraph, and jot down a short summary of the main idea. Think it through. Big picture. Pay particular attention to the tone and main idea of the first paragraph. When you have finished the essay, you should have a good mental roadmap. Think about the questions. Read the questions, but not the answer choices. Think about your own answers. Look for answer choices that are close to yours and make sense. For short passages, expect fewer big picture questions and more inference questions. You may be required to combine the information from 2 or 3 sentences in a way you hadn't expected. You may want to pause the presentation and take a few minutes to read the above passage using the strategies presented. Answer the following questions. 1. The reference to the person in the middle of nowhere serves primarily to A. Challenge common beliefs. B. Highlight the limitations of an accepted idea. C. Indicate the scope of a change. D. Introduce a new argument. Take a moment to consider the best answer. Answers and explanations. The correct answer is C. The phrase, "in the middle of nowhere," emphasizes how common airplanes are today. It draws a contrast to 1903, when scientists did not believe such flight was possible. In other words, the phrase "in the middle of nowhere" serves primarily to indicate the scope of a change. Therefore, C is the correct answer. This addresses using critical reasoning skills to evaluate material. Answer the following questions. 1. Lines 1 through 5 suggest that Hemingway would most likely agree with which statement? A. Social injustice can be remedied through art. B. Living in troubled times shapes a writer's development as an artist. C. 19th century writers surpass modern writers in their descriptions of wars. D. The more personal tragedy writers endure, the more prolific they become. Please choose the best answer. You may want to reread the passage above using your strategies. Answer the following questions. 2. In line 10, enduring most nearly means A. Lasting, B. Suffering, C. Famous, D. Recurrent. Please choose the best answer. Answers and explanations. The correct answer is A. A is the correct answer, lasting. Lines 7 through 10 argue that it is through Hemingway's art that the war, revolution, and injustices that he experienced achieved their most enduring meaning. The word enduring is here used in its sense of lasting, which best complements the discussion of experience transformed through art into something universal and compelling. Choice A, then, is the best answer. This addresses understand the meaning of words and phrases in context.